Hey, what's up, everybody? It's BDO44 coming at you with another video. So I realized I didn't get a chance to talk about Nikola Jokic getting kicked out of the Game 4 of the Phoenix Suns series. The pivotal Game 4, not pivotal, it's a defining Game 4 is a better way to describe that. Because it was obviously sweeping time, and he was the MVP of the league. And it was a situation where Cameron Payne had the ball in his hands, and out of frustration, I think the game was kind of out of hand. Jokic swung for the ball. I thought he was swinging at the ball. Now, the frustration of his wind-up and his chopping motion was ultimately what got him his technicals, his double technicals. And the fact that the young fella did go down to the ground holding his face, it made for a very bad optic for the referees to try to manage. But I'm telling you, this is a game where the MVP of the league is facing elimination and is down big, but it's still enough time to come back into the game. It was like, I don't know, I think it was the third quarter when this was happening. They were down by, I don't know, I don't want to speculate because I didn't watch the game. I saw the highlights. But they were down by double digits, but it wasn't like that game was so far out of reach to where the MVP of the league had no chance of bringing his team back. I just don't think that was the case. And he was kicked out of the game, and of course that was it. That was the end of his season. The last time we saw the MVP of the league, he was being kicked out for a questionable situation. And I just think that that was false. Not false, it's the wrong way to put it. I think that that was wrong. I think that was not the wrong way to go. I think that was the wrong way to go. So, at this point, the NBA is going to have to take a look at some things. We've always said that the league is soft. Ever since the league changed their rules with hand checking and all that stuff, it's been that narrative running. But the NBA does have a problem, and the problem is they do have an officiating issue. And I've mentioned this a couple times on my channel, and I still feel this way. I respect the refs because they have a tough job and it's thankless. But they've been coddled by the league a little too much, as if they're above reproach, and it never rubbed me the right way. I never liked the idea of that. I understood the importance of giving them more protection, but I thought the NBA took it way too far. And I thought that it spoke to a arrogance about itself to think that it couldn't be compromised. Like, of course, our refs aren't going to be compromised. And I just felt like that was the wrong way to go, you know. And so at this point in time, I think that we're looking at the referees continue to over time do things that leave us feeling as if it was more than just maybe a mistake or more than just a poor decision, but maybe there's some compromising going on. Now, as it pertains to the Jokic situation, I don't know that is applicable, but at the same time, we're still talking about the officiating and we're still talking about questionable decisions by the officials. So at this point, it's still all inclusive. It all goes together for me. At the end of the day, we do want to see referees. We don't want to see guys out of their jobs. We don't want to see robots going back and forth, although we do have the technology to do so to where we can probably officiate without people. But I don't want to see us get away from people. But what I do want to see us do is combine the two of them. Combine the two. What you need in your officiating situation is a checks and balance system, and you need it to be able to work fast. You see what I'm saying? That's the equation. Now, how do you get a solution? I don't even know that I have one myself. But the key to making sure that the integrity of NBA basketball as well as the flow of NBA basketball goes together, that's what you need. You need checks and balances, and you got to find a way to make that happen really, really fast. So I would like to see the NBA try to figure that out. Find some people out to figure it out. Do it. Find a way to do it and get it done, because that's what needs to happen. Because right now, 3 officials is not enough. It's not enough. It never was enough, really. You would need a 4th official, and I would prefer you have one above the game. Not just from the sidelines. You need somebody from a aerial view, looking down on the game, seeing what they can see from their perspective. That's what I've always thought as well. So it's a lot of stuff that the NBA is going to evolve into. Of course, they'll figure out better ways of officiating the games or better ways of fixing the games, however you believe, whatever. But at the end of the day, I am happy with the quality that they've provided me in my lifetime, despite all that I'm saying here. It's been a great life being an NBA fan, so I don't want to lose balance in regards to what it is that I'm saying. But having the MVP ejected from a game on a questionable foul, a questionable flagrant foul, I could argue, and it's probably not my place to do so, but what I have seen in this NBA is guys embellish on fouls. My guy LeBron James does it more than anyone else. Anytime a ball or hand flies anywhere near his face, he's grabbing his face like someone cut it. You know, if he falls to the ground, he's staying down there. Sometimes you be wondering if he's really hurt, then he get back up and keep on playing. But he will stay down there and act. And sometimes it will put people in positions to have a extra emphasis placed on the type of foul that's being called. He's affected guys getting technicals by acting. And I think some guys have probably taken what he's done in that regard and have incorporated it into their own game. I think that's what has happened. As he did probably with those who've done it before him, because he didn't start this. But I'm saying he's the one who's the most prevalent because he's obviously the greatest player in the game. So the spotlight is always on him, and he's doing it quite a bit. I've seen him do it a lot this year, too. Just this season. You know, he gets slapped near the face. Maybe a guy may graze him in the face, and you swear to God somebody cut his face off. He go to the ground and stay there. So it's like, and I'm not mad at him for it. He's doing it for my team. Makes me pretty freaking happy. But unfortunately, what it does is it sets a tone for the rest of the league to do the same thing. And to me, it looked like Cameron Payne may have done that. To me, it looked like Cameron Payne was trying to initiate a foul because it's a responsible thing to do for his team. Make the foul look worse. So that they call it. Let me make that very clear. LeBron James does that so that they call something. Because sometimes if you don't embellish, they will not. So let me qualify by saying this is strategy. This isn't bad energy or bad business, better way of putting it. No, this is him strategizing, no different than tactically doing everything else that he does on the floor. This is just one more thing to do to give yourself the edge to win. But it does have bad consequences, unfortunately, when referees buy the acting. So, do I think Cameron Payne got hit in the face? I don't know. When I look back on it, it looked like all ball. To be honest. I wouldn't have gotten on here and said all this if I didn't look at the foul and said, you know what? I don't even know if he was really hit. I wouldn't even said all this. And Devin Booker jumping in Jokic's face, part of the act. It's part of the act. I've been watching this game a long time. I know what time it is. That stuff is easy to read when you've been watching since you was 9 and you in your 30s. Yes, Devin Booker jumped in Jokic's face as part of the act, the embellishment to say, hey, this is a technical that needs to be called here. I am offended by what happened there. It was bad. It was, what's the word? Bull? What's the word? I can't think of the word, but like, you know, it was a horrible call. It was the worst thing you could do. It was bull-headed or bull, whatever, something like that. I'll know the word when I see it again. But the point is, he did some Bush League stuff. And I'm getting in this man's face because of it, because he disrespected my teammate, hurt my teammate, and I want to fight him. But I don't want to fight him. I just want you to think I just want you to think that I want to fight him so that you will call the double technical and get this great player out of the game so we can run out of here and get on to the third round rather. So that's what I saw. Bunch of acting by the Phoenix Suns. Now, I could be wrong about that because Cameron Payne could have very well been hit too. That's why I said 50-50. I don't know. Honestly don't know. But I know Cameron Payne wasn't mad at Jokic. They pieced it up quick. They never even had an altercation. It was between him and Booker. And being that Booker got in his face, whoa, shoot, this is obviously too bad. This is bad, man. We got to get double technical. We got to get him out of here, man. Booker's irate. You know what I mean? He's chopped at this man. He wound up and chopped. But the reality was he was going for the ball. Anybody that saw the play knew he was going for the ball. There wasn't no question of whether or not Jokic was trying to slap this man in the face. He wasn't trying to slap this man in the face. That wasn't what he was trying to do. Nobody who actually saw that play actually thought he was trying to hurt Cameron Payne. He was trying to hit the ball out of frustration because he was getting blown out and his season was about to end. But I don't think, and Cameron Payne was turning in such a way, mind you, that's another thing. Cameron Payne was rotating into this chop. Now, of course, I don't think Cameron was trying to, but I mean, this is how the motion of play was going. So it made it even worse. But I don't necessarily think that Jokic had any intention of getting kicked out of that game or initiating some type of altercation with Devin Booker or hurting Cameron Payne. No. So because I don't think that as a fan, I don't want to see this man get ejected. If you got to give him a technical to save face, fine. Put somebody at the line for one foul, free throw. Fine. I would prefer you even call a common foul. It's the freaking playoffs. We want to see real basketball. I'm mad at myself because I didn't see Bucks Nets game 3 because I heard it was a Bush League brawl. And I'm mad at myself for not seeing that. That's the kind of basketball I want to see at least once in a while. And they calling fouls like this. Technicals, double technicals like this, where even no fight ensued. Not even the punch was thrown, and you're kicking people out of the game. Cameron Payne wasn't even hurt. He got up and ran. I mean, we have to do something about the officiating in this game. We have to do something about how they're being trained to officiate as well. And most importantly, just bring back the physicality in basketball, man. Bring back hand checking. We want that. It makes for better defense. Worse scores, but better defense. And with the offensive talent that's out there, you will still get the scoring results that you're looking for because these guys are too damn talented not to score. They're not like the 80s players. Those 80s guys, they didn't have the type of offensive talent that the average player has right now, the shooting ability that the average player has right now. If you bring back hand checking, you'll still have your 100 to 115 score games. That's what everybody needs to understand. Excuse me. The game has evolved. You don't have to worry about scoring. These guys can score in their sleep. Whether the defense is great or not. Whether they're getting punched around or pushed around or not. And if you bring back physicality, maybe it does hurt in terms of injuries. Lord knows we got enough injuries. But what it'll also do is bring back the flow of the game because you won't have so many fouls being called. You won't have that James Harden nonsense going on. That Trae Young nonsense going on. That Lou Williams nonsense going on. And I want to acknowledge kudos to the NBA for adjusting the jump shot motion rule. That's a step in the right direction. That's exactly what I'm looking to see. Take away some of the edge that takes place in regards to some of this acting, some of these ways of contorting your body so that you can draw fouls. I'm tired of that stuff. That's not real. That's bad basketball. As long as we're able to say that that's strategy, there's a flaw in the system. There should no longer be room for acting and flopping and all of that stuff. We got to eliminate that from the game. Yes, does it give an edge to certain players who are able to use it? Yes, but the environment and the circumstances and the system allows for that. The system needs to evolve so that that is no longer in place. You get a foul called against you. You get a technical for flopping. That's the type of basketball I want to see. No more flopping, bro. No more jumping into to defenders and then calling the foul on the defender. And some of the verticality plays, listen, I like verticality to a degree because it really does allow for some physicality in the paint. But that's where you go too far. Sometimes guys are just flat out getting clobbered. Dude, 7'3", jumping straight up. And the guy's jumping into him trying to draw a foul and can't do so. How can he not do so? Because the guy's just simply vertical? No, that's a foul, bro. It's a foul. Oh, and one more thing. When we're talking about rules, Euro step is freaking travel. Step backs are travels, bro. I don't know how the hell we got here with this James Harden step back move that all these kids is doing. That shit is travel, bro. I've been watching basketball a long time. It's traveling. They changed the rules so that's not considered traveling. But then want to bring in some bullcrap like freaking carrying to keep Allen Iverson from crossing guys up. Nah, I don't like it. I don't like it. There are certain things about the NBA that are great, but there are certain things about the NBA that can be improved upon. And I'm hopeful that I can start to think of more of these things and bring them to you. And hopefully you can take those things and bring them to the people who can do something about it. Bring back hand checking. Get rid of flopping. Do something about the officiating to where they have some type of checks and balances and make it fast. We don't want to sit there for 3 minutes waiting for these guys to watch a video that we just got through watching 7 times in that 3-minute span. All they got to do is look up at the Jumbotron. They ain't got to be over there looking at TVs and stuff. That stuff is ridiculous. Let's just be real. Why are they doing all of that? All you got to do is go over to the monitor, the TNT monitor, see the same thing we're looking at. You can see the play. Granted, you want to see different angles. I'm not ignorant in that regard, but it should not take 3 damn minutes. It shouldn't take 4 minutes, man. Make it fast. Flow is important, especially to athletes. Rhythm, important, especially to athletes. You gotta respect that. These stoppages in play, not only in basketball, but in other sports as well. Strategize them well. And in the NBA's case, better. That's what I'd ask. What else? There gotta be some other stuff, man. I know y'all got some ideas. The rules can be improved upon. I just hate seeing guys being able to travel on jump shots, bro. I hate it. I know it's normal now. Guys have worked it into their equation. It's a beautiful rhythm that you can get from doing so. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the game. I'm on some get off my lawn bull crap. I get that. But I really hate seeing it. It's ugly to me, man. It's ugly basketball. Guys are able to dribble the ball, pick it up, take 2 steps behind the 3-point line and shoot a 3. Like, what are we talking about, bro? That's traveling. Like, it's literally traveling. I'm glad I was able to think of this right now because I've always wanted to say this on camera. It's been on my mind the whole time. I'm so glad. Just came to me right now. Anyway, I think I'll leave it at that. My name is BDF44. I'm going to get my butt in the shower and get some food in my system. It's a lot to talk about in my personal life. Some things happen. I'll tell you guys about it if you care. But I won't waste your time with it on this video. Thank you. My name is BDF44, and I'm out.